I'm at my other workshop, the On the Water workshop, just south of Coal Island, right off the marina. And it's February the 5th. I think I said January the 5th the last time. February 5th. And shirt sleeve weather here. So my task right now is the Samson Post. That's that thing there. Really needs sanding down. And that'll probably do me for the rest of the day. It's about 2 o'clock now, so only 2 or 3 hours. So I've got my Jackery rechargeable battery over there, my sander, and my little collapsible stool, and I'll be going to it and we'll see how she looks when she's done. But that's the before picture. Foggy morning here at Coal Island. Kind of interesting. Those 3 islands there with the fog, and then the bigger island behind. Looks like something out of a movie set. Been busy here. We've had ducks landing over there. We've got oyster catchers just flew by. I wish I had a decent camera with a zoom lens, catch them in flight. The whole flock. We had a bald eagle circling overhead, and over in that cove there I could hear a couple of kingfishers chattering as they fly around. So, a typical morning here. Lunchtime progress report. Got the battery solar charging at 72 watts. That's really good. Here's the solar panel precariously hanging on to the shrouds there. Pretty good. And progress so far, well, that's what she looks like now. That's after about 3 hours work with the palm sander and the detail sander with 60 and 40 grit paper, and that's oak, so it's not an easy job, but it's actually come quite well. That detail sander fits very well into all the nooks and crannies. I've even managed to do it underneath there. It will never be seen. So, I mean, you can keep going forever to get the job 100%. I think we're about 80% there now. Or good enough, as we sailors say. So I'm going to shift to a finer grit. Just do a round of 120, 180, 220. Then give her a nice coat of the wood sealant around 2 or 3 o'clock. That'll be dry by the time the sun sets and the dew starts falling. Just a really nice day here. The fog is all gone. No boats around. There's a sailboat there, right where the sun is sparkling on the water. And there's my chimney set up from last night. Had a good fire, a bit more controlled this time. I got some bigger chunks of wood, and they can really just shut down the intake and the valve on the chimney, the flapper on the chimney, and it burnt for quite a while. Didn't get above 30 degrees C. 35 is a bit too warm. So that's what we're doing today. Another fine February 6th, is it? 5th, 6th, something like that. And a fine day to be on the water in Canada. I didn't really say what a Samson Post was for. It's actually named from the ancient figure Samson from Greek mythology. Was it from the Bible? I don't know, one or the other. It was renowned for his strength. It's a really solid piece of wooden construction that goes right through to the hull of the boat. Massive oak pillars there. It holds the bowsprit, which is that thing there, and the bowsprit itself is holding up the mast. That's the forward stay holding up the mast, goes to the tip of the bowsprit and then to the front of the keel there, as we've seen before. It's used for that as part of the rigging holding up the mainmast. Also, it's where you tie off your anchor rod and your mooring lines as well. The mooring lines come through those two little brown things there, and you wrap them around these posts here. So critical part of the boat for holding up the rigging. You could even put a top flying jib on there, possibly. So holding up the rig and securing you to your anchor and securing you to the dock. So a critical piece of equipment. We don't want that rotting away. That's why it's going to get 2 coats of sealant and then 7 coats of varnish. And I'm just thinking maybe in some future point I'll actually take it apart. There's 2 bolts there on that side and then more through bolts there. If I took all those bolts out, I could really attack all of the parts of the wood and get out the stains around the fittings themselves, which are hard to get to. But for now I'm just trying to get things finished so I can enjoy a season of sailing, and then in future we'll take on one project every year. Just something you can do while you're sailing around or in the off season. Alright, that's the explanation of Samson Post. Whole flock of birds here just coming in. Not sure what they are. I don't know my seabirds very well. I know all the land ones. I'll have to get a book on those. I'm not wearing my glasses either, so I can't really see. So much wildlife here on the coast, just off our major cities too. We're very, very lucky to live where we live. Alright, there she be. After applying the first coating of sealer, which penetrates, fills the cracks, seals the wood off, preparing it for its upcoming 7 or so coats of varnish. Looking pretty good. That's the result of 4 or so hours of sanding with both the palm sander and my detail sander, which was great for getting into the nooks and crannies, and even some elbow grease with some blocks and some doing it by hand. So all in all, looking pretty good, I think. It's not perfect. There are some areas you can see where the darkish stain from mold, etc., was just too hard to get out, but that's been dried in the sun now and then sealed off. It'll be well protected. They say don't varnish or apply wood sealer in the sunshine, but the sun's very, very low. It's only February. I think we're okay there. Perhaps I'll just put something between it and the sun so it doesn't dry out too quickly. The idea is to have it soak into the wood rather than just evaporate sitting on the surface. Alright, looking good. Got my beer going. It's afternoon here now, about 3 o'clock. Product placement, what I'm using there, Petite Wood Sealer. Alright. Another view from the other side here of the remains of those 3 yachts up on the barge there. You can see it much more clearly here. Just garbage. You put in a landfill somewhere, millions and millions of dollars worth. You look back there, you can see what kind of boats we have in here, and these were 65 to 70 feet long. So that's a whole lot of boat there, just trashed.
Hey, where did we go? The days when the rains came. Down in the hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. Misty morning falling, our hearts are thumping. And you, brown-eyed girl, you're my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to Tuesdays and oh so slow? Going down the old mine with a transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall. Skipping and a sliding, hey, hey, all along the waterfall with you, brown-eyed girl. You're my brown-eyed girl. Remember when we used to sing sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. So hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. Saw you just the other day, but you've gone. It's my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome, thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, brown-eyed girl. You're my brown-eyed girl. You remember when we used to sing sha la 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 da, sha la 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 da, sha la 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 da. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came. Down in our hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. Misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping.